Peace and blessings. Today is Monday, October 6, 2025, and this is the DBW Morning Report, sharing overnight developments, news you need, and helpful resources to help you stay informed and prepared. Let's get started. The UN Human Rights Council approved a new investigative body focused on violations against women and girls in Afghanistan. The vote passed in Geneva Sunday evening, establishing an evidence unit to preserve records for international courts. This mechanism directly impacts women's asylum cases and humanitarian work led by African and Afro-Arab aid groups across the region. The OHCHR Afghanistan page provides official complaint forms and updates. Amnesty International has posted reporting guidance for NGOs assisting survivors. Immigration agents in Chicago escalated enforcement this weekend using helicopters, flashbangs, and chemical agents in residential raids. 37 people were detained in a single South Shore sweep. State officials, including Governor Pritzker, condemned the militarized tactics. Blacks in immigrant neighborhoods, especially mixed status families, are experiencing trauma and property damage. Local organizers warn of rising fear and distrust of all law enforcement. Contact the ACLU of Illinois or the Chicago Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights for legal help. Witnesses should document time, location, and badge numbers and share safely with trusted immigrant rights groups. Multiple shooters opened fire late Saturday in a crowded Montgomery entertainment district. 2 people were killed and 12 injured. Police are reviewing video and seeking leads. The gun violence occurred during Alabama State University's homecoming weekend, deepening trauma for students, alumni, and residents in nearby Black neighborhoods already struggling with gun violence. Montgomery Crime Stopper takes anonymous tips. Survivors can reach the SAMHSA Disaster Distress Hotline at 1-800-985-5990 for counseling. The UK Home Office, led by Home Secretary James Cleverly, announced plans to give police new powers to limit repeat protests using a cumulative impact test. Now, citing community safety as the reason, rights groups argue it determines civil liberties and targets activist communities. Black, British, Afro-Caribbean, and African immigrant organizations lead many anti-racism and pro-justice movements. If passed, this legislation could disproportionately restrict their ability to organize and sustain public demonstrations. Liberty UK, Amnesty International UK, and Black Protest Legal Support offer protest rights hotlines, legal observer training, and downloadable safety toolkits for organizers. 2 separate shootings near South Carolina State University housing left 1 woman dead and another injured. An 18-year-old suspect has been charged as state police continue investigations. This incident has shaken students and alumni at one of the nation's oldest HBCUs, prompting calls for conflict resolution programs and campus trauma support. Students can contact SCSU Counseling Services or text HOME to 741-741 for the crisis text line. Witnesses can also call SLED directly. That's SLED. A viral ICE post showed a detained protester strapped face down on a metal cart outside its Portland facility, captioned, "Refuse to walk, we'll give you a ride." The video drew national backlash overnight. Critics say that the post dehumanizes detainees and glorifies force. Portland, a self-proclaimed sanctuary city, now faces pressure to reassess cooperation with federal agents. Basic Rights Oregon and the Portland Sanctuary Movement provide rapid response legal help and protest monitoring hotlines. Negotiators from the U.S., Israel, and Egypt and Hamas met Sunday night in Cairo to revive a potential ceasefire and hostage deal. U.S. officials are pressing for results within days. A truce would allow humanitarian corridors and stabilize food shipments to Gaza and surrounding regions, affecting African and Afro-Arab aid networks. Follow verified updates from OCHA and UNRWA. Donate only through vetted agencies on Charity Navigator or GiveWell. Historic HBCU Knoxville College appointed Daisha Lundy, PhD, interim president to oversee fiscal repair and reaccreditation. The move follows a warning of a $4.4 million debt. The appointment marks a critical step in safeguarding one of the few remaining HBCUs in Tennessee. Alumni hope new leadership will attract grants and restore enrollment. Support efforts through the Knoxville College Foundation, or you can contribute to the HBCU Sustainable Fund via UNCF. Now, the coalition confirmed OPEC announced its modest November output hike. The coalition confirmed a 137,000 barrel per day production increase beginning next month. Oil prices rose about 1% on the news. Energy costs driving inflation in housing, food, and transport, core expenses for many Black families. Apply early for LIHEAP energy assistance. Ask your utility company about winter protection programs and payment plans. Now, Paris culture, African diaspora visibility expands. Paris's new Maison des Mondes Africains, House of African Worlds, opened its first exhibit this week following Fashion Week, spotlighting creators from the Caribbean and African continents. Cultural institutions embracing African perspective shift global narratives and open grant access for Black artists worldwide. Artists can apply for residency via the Prince Claus Fund, and Paris Municipal Arts Council now accepting October submissions. And now, a reminder before we close. In times like these, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the noise of the world, but your peace, your focus, and your growth are your responsibility. Here are a few quick ways to stay grounded and be your best self, even in chaos. Protect your morning. Start your days in stillness, prayer, stretching, or silence before the headlines. Limit exposure. You can stay informed without being consumed. Step back from the screens when your spirit feels heavy. Serve and connect. Volunteer, mentor, or support a neighbor. Purpose shrinks fear. Guard your body. Sleep enough, drink water, and move daily. You can't pour from an empty vessel. Speak life. Your words carry power. Use them to affirm yourself and others. Despite the climate of the world around us, you still have control over how you show up. Choose peace, seek balance, and never forget you are necessary. And that's a wrap for today's Dear Black Woman's Morning Report. Thank you for joining us. Tomorrow I'll bring you fresh updates, news, resources, and insights on how to help you navigate your day. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay whole. I'll see you then.